I was gonna make a joke. I wish he talks because I was gonna make a joke that I'm surprised he's there. I'm like, I'm like scared, like, oh, who joined our conversation?
Well, it is
But
like
no.
what, nearly 8 o'clock over there. He's probably sleeping.
Oh yeah, he's a baby boy. He needs to sleep.
Ba ba da ba ba da ba 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 da ba.
Hello, internet. Oh no, I can't say that. That's already a podcast. Hello, interwebs. Uh, I am Daniel. I am a comic book writer, and we made a game. Well, we're making a game. Uh,
Yeah,
and it's gonna be great. We're gonna be talking about it.
yeah. I'm Emily. My audience of 4 people already know that. Um, I do art from time to time, and sometimes I also make games.
And I'm also here.
Yes. So
I can't say
I
my
thought,
name. Still Muffer?
what?
I don't know. Should I introduce myself?
I
Yeah,
mean,
go on.
only if you want to.
I'm trying to make games. That's it.
Well, that's what we all try to do here.
No.
Okay. Well, I'm just flailing around, and maybe a game will come out of it, as you see it, probably.
I mean, yeah, we might
But
accidentally make a game. Who knows?
yeah, that's my aim. I thought I'll introduce the project to the listeners.
Yeah.
So basically, we're making a comic, not with this theme, that comes later. It's called Samantha Fucks the World, and it's about a sex doll gaining sentience and taking over the world with an army of horny robots.
That's really
And
hot.
while it's while it's a while it's a funny book full of sex jokes, it is also an exploration of human relationships through the eyes of our protagonists, Anaya and Peter, who not only have to stop Samantha but also save their respective relationships.
Oh, cool.
And it's a 60-page book, set to come out around May, if everything goes as well as it does right now. And basically, we're making a spin-off game for it, called Samantha Blows Japan, where you play as a beat-down, depressed Japanese office worker, Kazuya, who only has a relationship with his virtual girlfriend Mizu. And Kazuya is playing with Mizu in the toilet when Samantha's sexbot army invades the office. And you as the player have to control our awkward, bumbling hero to escape the building using your smarts and everyday office tools.
Pretty straightforward game.
Interesting.
Got to get through each level using your wits, hiding from robots and whatnot. It's pretty standard platformer.
We're pretty early on in development.
Mm.
This is my first game, so I'm still finding myself in the dark, like where I am, what can I do. So it's a lot of experimentation so far, and what works and what doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, most game developers are kind of like that. They don't really. I mean, like, if they say they know what they're doing, they're lying.
Yeah.
That's true. I'm making games for like 10 years now and I still have no idea what I'm doing.
Well, I mean, like I mentioned, I was doing pixel art since I was 10 earlier, and I still have no idea what I'm doing.
Yeah, well, we argued about this before, me and Mr. that
Who?
you didn't say your name, so everyone's gonna be confused now.
Because it's a secret.
I'm gonna put it in big bold letters, and then I'm gonna watch my audience try to figure out how to pronounce a Hungarian name.
That's the whole point. That's why you should pronounce it in the podcast.
Or just beep it out, make it sound like naughty.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a good idea.
So we get into this argument that you say that I should plan ahead a lot more. And I feel like that you have an impression of me that I don't plan ahead at all. But that's not true. I plan ahead a little bit, but also I have no idea what I'm doing. So I can't really plan that much ahead. So I'm kind of in the middle. And I'm just finding what works and what doesn't, and what would be fun. And we'll see as soon as you finish in like an alpha version, we'll see if it worked or not.
Okay, so what are we doing so far that none of us knows what are we doing actually?
Well, I'm just the artist.
That's a good
Just
start.
the artist.
Yeah, just the artist. All I do is literally everything you see.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, just all the things. Yeah.
Well, I mean, Mr. Blank Name here does all the under the hood stuff, so the important things, but.
And I do the under the hood stuff.
Exactly.
The really hidden things. That's the fun thing you get as a comic writer, is when you tell just like your co-workers in a supermarket, what do you do? And I say, I make comics. Oh, great! So you're a great illustrator. I'm like, I write comics, and they go like, oh. So you do the words? You do the words in the bubbles?
The important part.
So yeah, my work will never be appreciated. Not with this game, not now.
Game developers not better, because when I'm saying I'm a game developer, they want me to fix their printer, so it's not better for me either.
I just tell people I'm a hobo and I don't have a job, and they'll leave me alone.
That's actually true.
Yep, that's a good idea.
Don't worry about any awkward silences. I'll edit them out.
Or just leave them in.
I'll just make them longer.
So. Yes.
Do I still need to speak?
Do you guys want to talk about your inspirations or favorite games?
Oh, sure.
You start, Emily.
Yeah. I'm a pretty big Metroidvania fan, so like Castlevania, Metroid, those kinds of games. And so when you approached me with this project, I kind of wanted to kind of like draw it in a similar way to like those old school games, not necessarily like, because if you look at Castlevania, their art is like picturesque and very crisp and clean, but I was thinking more of like old school 8-bit Metroid, but freeing up the color palette because it's not a Nintendo Entertainment System. I could do whatever I want. So I kind of wanted to make it a little bit more simplified, but still like understandable, as like readable. I'll put some pictures up of what I'm talking about here. Where I wanted Kazuya, like his glasses to be the major feature of his face, but you don't really see much details. So you still know it's him, but it's not like I'm spending all the time drawing his face and like every button in his shirt and stuff like that. I wanted to like kind of streamline it.
Yeah, make it like iconic.
Yeah, exactly. Very clear and readable, but like not super complex.
I think that's a good approach. Yeah. How about you? What are your inspirations? Your favorite games?
I don't really play games.
That sounds like a game developer to me.
Yeah, that's why I'm a developer, because I don't like any games. That's why I want to make my own. Actually, I'm not quite sure. I'm a Sony fanboy. Do you guys know Braid, the game?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, that was... What?
What do you mean think so? Braid is great. You never played Braid?
No, I've seen other people play it.
You should play it.
Yeah.
That was a big inspiration for me. And I just found a video about caterpillars.
Okay. I was thinking about inspirations because my inspirations aren't very clear cut in this instance because I wouldn't call myself a gamer. I play a few games. But yeah, my taste is very independent, and I love Binding of Isaac.
That's a good one.
And Spelunky. Yep. I'm playing the hell out of Spelunky 2 right now. You have to drag me out.
That just came out. That looks really good.
It's so hard. It's kicking my butt. But I love it. And I play 5 minutes, I threw away the controller, come back 10 minutes later and do the same.
Yeah.
And it's like it's so frustrating but so good at the same time.
Well, hopefully our game will be the same.
Yeah.
Frustratingly hard, but fun.
Well, that's how I kind of imagine it. Like, it's super hard, but there's enough chance for you to come back and do the same things over and over again. So, like, we're not gonna send you back a long distance in the game. It's basically gonna be like every screen is a level, and you gotta escape through your ways every level. So you can use the weapons, you can sneak around, and you can do all sorts. But the main thing is every screen is one level, and then if you die on one screen, you just start at the same screen again.
Oh, okay.
And we're not gonna send you back like 5, 6 screens. So yeah, because that would be pretty unfair the way I designed it in my head.
Yeah.
Because like the schoolgirl robot starts running at you immediately as soon as she sees you.
Yeah.
I was like, that's pretty hard to avoid the first time, I think.
Yeah, I would imagine a first-time player just sees that and they're like, "What's going on?" And then she starts face-sitting on you, and then got to start over again. By the way, that animation was a pain in the ass to make.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was nice having it as the 2 separate character sheets, but trying to figure out like the right height for her to jump at and make the jump arc look realistic. I learned a lot doing that.
You nailed it.
Well, we'll see.
I showed it to quite a few people and they all laughed at it. So I think we're winning in the graphics department, definitely.
Yeah, people really like the skyline that I've been working on as well.
Oh my god, it's so good. It's so much better than I imagined. You could have done so much worse and I would still be impressed.
Well, I started off with just like standard like skyscrapers, and then halfway through I was like, I watch a lot of Dragon Ball Z and they do a lot of like dome shapes, so I started throwing those in there, and now it's just like really good. And then the tentacles were I just started drawing them willy-nilly.
Yeah, I knew I recognized some of those odd-shaped buildings somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
The onion on a pole or something.
Yeah. And then the 2 super tall towers, I wanted to make them look phallic as all get up.
Yep, that's the right approach for this game. By the way, some listeners might be shocked that we're making such a sexual game.
Most of the listeners are my friends, and they're not shocked at all.
Oh, okay. Some of my family who might be listening might be shocked.
Yeah.
But basically it's just to spread sex positivity and fun. There's no there's no negative intentions in it at all. And it's also just a conduit to explore human relationships, and that's it. And if you read the comic, there's sex jokes and stuff, but the main focus is the human relationships, and that's what the game is going to be about as well.
Yeah, I mean, well, and that's part of the reason why I decided to join. Is usually games like these are either strictly pornographic in nature or it's just a fun little joke, but this story has a very serious undertone to it, a very realistic kind of approach to it.
Yeah, you guys haven't even read the comic, but it's soon halfway there, and I want to send around the first 30 pages. I think you guys will like it, and some people will be disappointed who thought it's going to be a pornographic thing because it's mostly people talking about their feelings.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of overtly sexual stuff, but in a tasteful way, where it's not to shock people, but to kind of approach a very real, serious topic. Also, America is full of prudes, and I want to change that.
Yeah?
Yeah, we're super prudish over here.
That's news to me.
Which is, well, if you talk to people in person, we're not super prudish, but when it comes to media, if there's anything sexual, people will start a campaign to get it shut down.
I guess that's why I kind of because you said shocking, and in a very shallow way, it is shocking because it's called Samantha Fucks the World.
Yeah.
And some people would be reluctant to put fuck in the title, and even I'm like, oh shit, what did I do? Because I now have to self-censor myself on Comic Cons when they're coming back. But that's also kind of, I think, in opposition to what you say, is that just to shock people a little bit, just to defeat a little bit of prudeness.
Exactly.
And then use that as exploration of why are you like this? Why are you prude? Why are you appalled by these ideas? Why are you afraid of these ideas? That's kind of it.
Yeah, and I thought it was really interesting that you had the game set in Japan, because that's a prime example of a society where they're not super into overt sexuality, and yet it's very clear they have a lot of sexual prudishness that they just want to throw on top of this, because they have a huge porn industry over there, but outwardly they try to hide it.
And prostitution. It's crazy over there. And you're right. I was intrigued by the idea that Japanese people, especially young people, are not really having sex by all reports that you see.
Yeah.
And they prefer to marry their online girlfriends, game girlfriends. And it's just it's without any. I'm trying not to shame anyone. Trying to be it's just interesting to me and explore that.
Yeah, well,
and why that happens.
It's another part of human nature, and hiding it is just gonna make it worse.
Oh yeah.
Awkward silence.
Awkward silence. Do you want to talk about something, Strovacek? Do you have something in your mind?
Not really.
Wow. Thanks for your input. Do we hate each other or are we friends? I really can't tell anymore.
The sign
We are
of
the same person.
the sign of a true friendship is you hate each other.
Okay. I think he still hates me for when I slapped him very, very hard, which was not nice. But we were making a short film, and I
Beware how you pronounce it, not slapped, slapped.
Slapped. Yeah.
Slapped?
Slapped. Yeah.
Not in a bed.
No. Slapped. S-L-A-P-P. Slap.
Yes.
That's what I said. Dick. You need another slap. I slapped him for a role.
With him?
Yes, I slept with him for we were making a short film, and I wanted him to be annoyed as an actor, and I couldn't get him to be annoyed, and I slapped him really, really hard, it was like really not good. Looking back, I would never do that, but I still couldn't get him to be annoyed, and we just made a short film.
That's a very Stanley Kubrick move.
Well, that's why I thought, yeah, I'm Stanley Kubrick here making a film in my mom's living room.
Well, you got to start somewhere.
Isn't he dead?
Yeah.
Yeah, he
What's
died
your point?
a while ago.
Just asking.
Oh yeah, good. He couldn't finish his last movie. He couldn't finish Eyes Wide Shut completely. He didn't edit it. That's why that's a bit weird.
Stanley Kubrick.
I would say, let me guess, 1991.
Not even remotely close. March 7,
shit.
1999.
Oh shit.
I was gonna say 94, so.
Okay. Eyes Wide Shut. I thought that was older. Anyway. He did the moon landing, right?
Yeah.
That's why he's famous.
Oh man, he almost died on my birthday. That would have sucked.
Is it a good thing?
No.
For you, maybe.
I was 9. I wouldn't have known better.
I was 8. Wait, what month it was?
March?
I was 8, yeah. I'm young.
I'm old.
Sorry. Yeah. You're like a year older than me. That means you're geriatric.
Yep. I'm in my 30s now.
Oh shit.
I can feel it.
Can't wait not to get there. I'll be in my 30s when this project comes out. Maybe. Hopefully not.
You could just say the game made you old.
Honestly, it might do. I guess we can get into the story. I haven't written the story yet. It's a very weird process that I'm working, because even though I'm a writer, I'm very conscious of games that are mostly story. And I actually like the separation, like sometimes it feels like movies want to be games now, with lots of interactivity, like a 4D movie, and in opposite you got like the Last of Us games. Like those to me are just cancer, because I'm sorry to say, everyone will hate me.
No, I'm actually of the exact same opinion, because as a gamer who really likes movies, if I want to watch a movie, I'll just watch a movie.
Exactly.
If I'm playing a game, I don't want to watch a 40-hour cutscene and then all of a sudden now I'm pushing a button to go down a hallway just to watch another cutscene.
I hear it's amazing when the famous purple stuffed worm in Flapjaw space with the tuning fork does a raw blink on Harry Carey Rock. I need scissors. 61.
Yeah. So I'm as a writer, I'm very conscious of these things, and so I want to do the game first before I do the story, actually.
Yeah.
And I don't want to bog down into the story, and I kind of want to merge the two things. Not that the story is like some incidental thing that we attach to it, but like you explore the story as you explore the game.
Exactly.
So that's my aim.
Well, and that's part of the reason why I like Castlevania and Metroid games is like a lot of that story is told through the gameplay, through the atmosphere. You know, you might see a background setting of like a ship in disarray, and you wonder, well, what happened there? Or for our game, you look through a window and you see a giant pink tentacle wrapped around a building that looks like a penis. You go, why is that there?
Yep. Exactly. Why is that penis building?
And then at the end of the game, we'll tell you to read the comic book for further information.
Yeah, hopefully, kind of. So I don't wanna be like read the comic to understand it, but it won't be like that. But you'll gain a better understanding if you read the comic of what happened. There will be an ending, and the ending will be satisfying to each thing, the comic and the game. But the comic is the main thing, and the comic will explain what happens at the end. Yeah.
Well, and that makes sense because they're supposed to be companions to each other. They're not supposed to like be separate in a way, I guess. Like the stories are intertwined, and so like one informs the other, but you don't necessarily need one for the other.
I'd like to think of it as like as the game is like kind of expanding the story a little bit. It kind of we get into the nitty-gritty because the comic is very like neat and tight. There's not a lot of room for just having fun with it, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's a very tight story, and it moves along very quickly. And so this is like kind of like in the same world, shows you what happens in a different location, and it kind of like expands that and what happens in another situation, because the comic takes place in India.
Oh, okay.
It's one location, and in New York, the UN building, United Nations.
Yeah.
And this is like Japan, and this is a bit more like carefree, and we're having fun with it. And in the comic, it's very stressful, and there's also fun and humor in the comic. I just don't know how to explain this. In the comic, everything is set up, and everything that's set up has to be paid off, and it's a very tight, continuous thing like that. And so, the game will be more indulgent compared to that.
Well, and that's fine too, because like the story has, or the comic has like a story to tell, and the game does too, but it's more of a fun interaction to like, oh, I'm in this story now. I can like make my decisions while still following Kazuya's story. Well, I'm excited for it.
I'm super excited for it. I didn't think I would be, to be honest.
Oh,
because, because I was very conscious that I'm not super into games, and I feel kind of like a phony making a game, you know. But then again, like actually, he he mentioned it to me that anyone makes games for any kind of reason, and
Yeah.
that kind of broke me out. That kind of broke me out of it. It's just like, oh, just do it. And since then, I've been having a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, the way I see it is you have a story you want to tell, and this is just one of the one of the mediums that you use to tell that story. No, the real fraud
Okay.
is me. I just push pixels around.
We can describe anyone's job like that. I just write letters in a Word document.
Hopefully they string words together.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes they don't even like whatever. Strovacek, he just like writes down game start in the code, and then the game starts, right? That's what you do.
Oh, I wanted to ask you, when you write the story, do you write it in Hungarian or English?
In English
Okay.
now. I started out doing Hungarian and then English dialogue, so the descriptions were in Hungarian,
Oh, okay.
and because I didn't have enough confidence to write in English,
Mm.
and now it's the opposite. I don't have enough confidence to write in Hungarian, so it's in English. It's a completely English. Even the people who don't really speak English, so it's a bit annoying. But yeah, no, I don't translate anymore. I just do. Nowadays, I started to, because I'm like a very detailed person usually, and I started to rely more on my own storyboards that I do. And less descriptions in the actual script. So like, I used to be like one panel is like a page long, because I describe all the perspectives and
Yeah.
and what's going on in the background and what everyone's feeling and stupid shit like that. And now I draw it down and kind of work it out like that, to be honest. And pages less get the script pages get less detailed and the storyboards get more detailed. It's just my new process.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
I can send you the script if you're interested, but it's very long. That's the comic script.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. It might give some insight.
Yeah, if you're just interested.
Yeah, why not? I mean, I'm gonna read the comic when it comes out anyway, so.
Yeah, we're gonna send you the comic. That's my intention. Strovacek, he doesn't care for printed media, but I'll send you it along with some goodies that we probably make, some merchandise and stuff.
Hell yeah.
I was also thinking this might be a bit early for this, but like we could make like game merch as well, like that, like stickers and stuff.
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. As an extra.
Yeah, we could have a sticker of Kazuya getting spanked or something.
Yeah. All sorts of naughty things.
And so.
You're gonna keep this in, but just bleep bleep.
Yeah. Well, because like we have.
Game.
Yeah, we have. Oh God.
Yeah.
But
So
yeah,
what do you think of Graham?
this is pretty great. We love totally
Graham
extra.
They put an extra R in their name. There's an R in their name. That's the clue for the.
But yeah, shorter episodes are just us like trying to get through the game quickly, or there's just not much to talk about. And Tyler and I aren't comedians. We don't know how to be funny. And so if there's not much to riff off the game, there's just not much material there.
I mean, like they 99% they just talk about their lives.
That's true.
And that's what they find the comedy.
That is true. We are changing the format a little bit to accommodate for more like 20 to 30 minute episodes once a week, and then like a few shorter episodes
Hmm.
And then, I mean, every Saturday we also stream for like 5 hours for Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh yeah, I've seen those too. I didn't have time for that. Yeah.
Although those feature our boring friends.
Okay.
We don't talk about them.
I don't care about them. Okay, fine. It's good to know. You should put a disclaimer up. It's a boring one. Boring friends.
No, they're not boring. They just tend to be a little reserved because we're streaming and half of them don't want to be on the stream.
Oh, okay. Do they have consent, or are you just like...
You could bring that up to
You just-
Tyler. I did not start doing that. He's the one who
really?
streams. Yeah.
I guess I just do a little outro that the Samantha fucks the world and Samantha blows Japan. The comic and the game should be coming out in May through a Kickstarter project that would run for 30 days and then would have an end goal that we would need to we need that amount to we need that amount for printing and to probably finish the lettering and just a little bit on the comic and the game and merchandise, and then it'll be out. And I'm very excited about it because for the first time ever I understand where who do I have to advertise this comic to. I understand my demographic finally.
And we'll probably post more stuff as we go along, and I'll definitely have an announcement on our Totally Extra channel for when the Kickstarter goes up.
Oh yeah, sounds cool, and I'll be happy to promote all that stuff as much as I can.
Yeah.
Bit of cross promotion.
And whenever we get a playable version of the game, I'm definitely going to play it on the show.